What can go wrong now? Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Hab's Barrow. What do I have to do? That's a map. What do I have to do? Find a way to... Oh. Oh yeah, that's why I came here. I am prepared.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
Wiggles?
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door.
Okay.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
I have to... Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it. But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me. Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside. I'll leave the rest in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here.
Okay, so...
No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later.
Couldn't we just run away?
Barrow and get on with the excavation.
Can we just leave? Or do we need like the ticket?
I can't think of anything.
Okay, so we got lantern. We got chisel. Got a rag doll, which I should bring back to the little girl.
I have nothing else. I have nothing.
I just want to verify. I'm fucking scared. Okay, this way, yeah? This way, yeah? Fuck. This way, yeah? Okay. Fourth time, third time, fourth time's the charm. Not getting stuck. Or third time. I don't know which episode this is. I feel like this is just one big fever dream of an opening game. Slowly driving me mad.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle! I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek.
Come back! It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children.
So now we have to play hide and seek. And she's gonna hide in some random location on the map. I'm touching this fossil.
From the
Use a chisel on the fossil. I'm done. I'm done with this fucking town. I'm taking everything they have. Take the dolls. Kick them in the
managed to extract
river.
it in one piece.
Or the beck. Kick it in the beck.
They aren't mine to
They will be. Okay, well this is a bit
Hey.
easier. Is she gonna go in that fucking rabbit hole? She's leading me to my death. Just fucking put a stone in front of it.
Jane?
Just like pick up this big ass rock or roll it over there.
Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in. Fine. Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
Do we need to go get something from our... Wait, just use this.
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand,
That's strange.
uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it. Jane!
Oh, this isn't gonna be fucked up in any way,
Jane,
shape, or
come
form.
out this instant. I can't see a damned thing in here. I need a light source.
What if we just...
Jane?
Fuck. I need oil. Where can I acquire oil? Shut the fuck up. Okay, so I have the lantern. I have a worm. What do I do with the worm? I can light the lantern with the matchbox. Should I try to acquire every fossil? There's two others I know of. The one with the blacksmith and the one at the, dude's place. That's gonna take me back to the train station.
Alas, it is not mine to take.
What if I ask?
Good day.
Yes?
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts.
Why does he have his lantern lit now?
None, I'm afraid.
Why is it lit?
Mind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
Thanks for your...
Aye.
Like, it's broad daylight and his lantern's lit. This guy's an asshole. Would you like a worm?
I don't think Mr.
Okay. Put that back. What about a glove? Okay.
That's a No,
Just let me get rid of it. What about this fossil?
would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside. There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Is it not going to be enough? Tell you what. Let me go to this other guy's house and see if I can get his fossil as well. Just so I can say I've already done that. I can't remember where. But I'm going to say this way. Alright, let's commit a it's like, why do I have beans in my inventory? Yoink.
That is not... That is not...
Cool. Alright, we know now. Let me go back to the hole. And I will light my lantern in the hole. Good evening, ma'am. I keep forgetting fast travel's a thing. Alright, you little
I
shit.
should fill the lantern, fumbling in the dark.
You're correct.
My lantern is fueled and ready for action.
It looks lit to me, okay?
Right.
There's gonna be something fucked up in here, isn't there? Just her dead body? Oh,
Jane,
God.
come out at once.
Oh, this is when the game turns into a horror game, yeah?
Goodness me.
That was her clothes. Maybe they don't realize they're turning into animals. Oh, there she is.
Jane!
That's weird.
Silly. What are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
She's going back to her well. So the next person who finds her, they'll die in 7 days. Okay, so. That was weird. It's gotta be something to do with animals. Like that dog. That dog's probably the guy we were supposed to meet. I've forgotten his name already. Maybe everyone in this town are animorphs. I mean, they could just be cursed. Okay, so I can still examine this. That's cool. Do I need to feed the worms to the chickens?
As
I don't think
trudged
there's a
through
fishing
the barren
minigame.
moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance, the townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow, the suspicion, the wariness in their eyes. Only now I know it was actually fear. In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Well, that doesn't seem like a good fate. Condemned is a good movie.
I've no desire to wander the furrows.
These words aren't real. Let's investigate the surrounding first.
This is not mine to take.
But it could be.
Easy, girl.
It's a goat. What's it gonna do?
I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems particularly disagreeable.
What do you mean? It's laying down. It's doing goat stuff.
What do you want?
These people just aren't very friendly.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye? What do you want, lass?
I understand Hobbs Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why'd you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the Barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard Shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard he were on death's door. There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
Was there a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Aye. My brother dug it up. Must have been, 25 years ago. You see, whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
And he wasn't curious about what's down there?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I would be.
live
I
here with
am.
my wife, and I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know. But something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word like.
That must have been hard.
He lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Who else was involved in the excavation?
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel. I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see. What can you tell me about your farm?
Samuel's fair to side. We're a fortunate family. The soil is fertile here. Crops grow without too much trouble. All the other farmers round here raise livestock. Even Lord Panswick. We grow feed for them.
Most fortunate, Mr. Bryden. Is your wife home?
She's out in fields, lass. Pulling weeds. The curse of such fertile soil. 40 years we've been married. I couldn't do it without her, you see.
How splendid.
Aye. My wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution. You'll find a man one day.
I manage rather well without one, Mr. Bryden. You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time?
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hob's Barrow?
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
What if it's just someone else that was sending us the letter and not him?
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He
'Cause I
keeps
really
us going.
can't think of
Most
anything
our crops
else.
Go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him. He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see. That's quite an intimidating goat you own.
The old girl does a better job of protecting this farm than any hound would. She still produces a lot of milk for us, so we forgive her temper.
You say Mr. Shoulder is at death's door. What exactly ails him?
I'm unsure. It's just what I've heard. I wouldn't want to speculate on matters that are not my business.
Mr. Bryden, may I please have your permission to excavate Hob's Barrow?
No. Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
That's aggressive as fuck. That's what I'm curious about, but after all this time, he probably wouldn't care.
Wouldn't you like to find out more about what Samuel found in there?
Perhaps. But Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. You don't want to tempt the same fate, lass.
Perhaps I can at least see Hob's Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
Yeah, what proof?
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra now.
He wants proof, I'll give him proof.
Here is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate Hob's Barrow.
Leonard making bold promises, I see. Don't make me regret this, but yes, you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Any road. Once you've set your eyes on it, you won't be wanting outdo with it. The place gives one a queer feeling.
So where can I find it?
Through that gate to your left. Just head straight across the top to the field there. After 10 minutes or so, you'll see Barrow. Sit on a hill ahead.
Thank you again, Mr. Bryden. I really do appreciate it.
Are we gonna have to like sneak out there and do it? We look so happy walking in the mud, in the rain. Beautiful song.
I probably should have brought my umbrella.
Who cares? Game saved. Great. AR.
AR. I
Uh-huh.
haven't a clue what that could be referring to.
I'm assuming initials.
Finally, here it is. Hob's Barrow.
That's a...
Indeed, a barrow of a most unusual rectangular form. I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Long Barrow.
Yeah.
Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book. What secrets do you conceal, I wonder?
Can't we just poke around a little bit?
That smell.
It's not like he's
Earthy
gonna
and
know.
sweet.
He's so old, he's not gonna walk 10 minutes over here.
3, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come. Are you ready for your first excavation?
Yes, Daddy.
Capital.
Yes, Papa.
Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank
I
you,
want to Google
Daddy.
Barrow so bad. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Dirt.
Thomasina, we don't dig with our hands.
I trowel.
Now I'm ready. No treasures here. Nothing here. Treasure! Daddy, I found the treasure! Look!
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious. Take good care of it, all right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
Return to the inn. Okay. Spooky stuff may start happening.
Darkness falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn.
Wait, this way. Okay, this turned into Resident Evil 4 really quick. It lives up there.
Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass. 'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome. How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favourite piece in your collection?
The ammonite you gave me today. The most recent is always the best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass? Do you collect out?
I do. You see, I'm writing a book on the Barrows of England. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England. I document all my findings.
But what do you collect?
Pottery, tools and such.
Bones too, no doubt.
No, I leave those in place.
You've got a morbid heart, lass. Fussing about in old graves like that.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
I suppose you have a point there. How's your book coming along, then?
Very well, thank you. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter on Hob's Barrow. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Let's try to talk to everybody in the bar.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What are you gonna do about him?
If he thinks he can take her away from here, he's got another thing coming. I am gonna knock his bloody block off. In fact, I can think of a better punishment. Oi, what do you want, lady? Piss off.
You heard the man.
Charming.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, that man doesn't look pleasant.
I don't wish to wake him up. Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here?
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of Bewley Station?
What the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
He
Okay.
sounds even more wound up than usual.
I believe we talked to everyone almost.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley. I found Hob's Barrow.
Oh, remember what I said, Miss Bateman? There are stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
I have no doubt, but please leave that place be.
I've come this far, there's no turning back now.
That's precisely what worries me.
I don't think we
Bye.
should drink.
See you soon.
We have no money.
Time for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
Miss Bateman,
Uh-oh.
how are you?
Tired.
Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah? One drink
Won't hurt.
is fine.
Excellent.
One
feel
drink won't
bad
fuck
about
us
what
up.
happened last night. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I hope.
it.
That's all right, Mr. Tillett. Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
I'm not sure that's logical.
But worth trying?
I don't need any further convincing.
Take your seat, Miss Bateman. I shall return with the goods.
To Leonard Shoulder.
Wherever he may be.
I'm starting to think Leonard's
I
shoulder
need
might
to
be the
ask you
cat.
something.
Yes?
Why did Leonard Shoulder ask you to dig up Hob's Barrow?
Despite his disappearing act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally. I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
You
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all the other barrow opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every stone carefully taken down, every shovel full of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing. Or you may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognized from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your days sitting in England's most remote railway station.
Are you all right, Mr. Tillett?
I've had another argument with Agnes.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
You're kind, Miss Bateman. Thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us. She had a horrible end, wasting away, day by day. Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at her favourite lookout spot on the moors. Margaret's Lookout, we called it. Aye.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Of course, Mr. Tillett. I can relate in some manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak. He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so young. I think writing this book is my way of carrying on his work. It helps me reclaim those earlier memories of him, and I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett. I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was. I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
Dreadful. Just dreadful.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be my father.
And what of your mother?
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't. But I did. And another after that. And another.
Okay, well, I only wanted one. She made her choices.
The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then. Clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try to claw within my clutch. And if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull!
was gonna say, is the cat coming back? Oh, no, we're just... Are we at the Barrow? Because I remember that rock. Huh? Who's this beautiful
Hello, Thomasina.
little guy?
What is this?
I didn't expect that
Who
voice.
are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there, and something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning. Now go. One more thing. This is not a dream.
Second day. Expiscore. I know what that means. He said, unsure of himself. Is that the proof over there by the door?
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep. What's this? There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
IAW? What the fuck is this? Day 1. Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it will be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state, but I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness. Day 4. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for my excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with a unique history. As for the dangers, we shall meet them head first. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved nausea gravidarum. I'm sure she shall be pleased with it upon my arrival. Return. What the fuck is that? Should I write that down? Lo, a place of miracles. A planted seed spread before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here, but I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. Rho, Theta, Epsilon, Chi? We found the code was simply the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic. When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. What? A dead language reveals the path. For thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that have been said. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself to me. I heard a whisper, not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit, I will pour out my spirit, I will pour out my spirit.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting. Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
Okay, I'm assuming her father might have wrote that, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go and wrap up here since it's a new day. This seems like a decent stopping point. I don't want to get stuck on another puzzle, and this little bitch looks like it's gonna be a headache and a half for me to get through. So let's save. Part 4. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.